Have you ever felt like your relationships just aren't clicking, no matter how hard you try? I used to feel that way too, lonely, frustrated, and stuck. Then I discovered Stoicism, and it completely transformed how I connect with people. In this video, I'm going to share 5 game-changing Stoic principles that will help you build deeper, more meaningful relationships, and find true happiness in the process. But here's the catch. One of these principles might surprise you, and it's not what you think. Stick around to find out what it is. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into Stoicism to live better, wiser lives. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join our community of modern Stoics. Today, we're tackling something universal: relationships. Whether it's with your partner, friends, family, or even coworkers, we all want connections that feel authentic and fulfilling. But let's be real, relationships can be messy. Misunderstandings, conflicts, and emotional baggage can make things tough. So, how do we navigate this? Stoicism, a philosophy over 2,000 years old, has the answers. In this video, I'll break down 5 Stoic principles that transformed my relationships and can transform yours too. We'll cover how to stay calm in conflict, how to forgive without losing yourself, and a surprising Stoic secret that will make you rethink how you connect with others. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap to build stronger, happier relationships. But before we dive in, I want you to think, what's one relationship in your life you'd love to improve? Hold that thought, we'll come back to it. Let's start with the basics. What is Stoicism? Stoicism is a practical philosophy founded in ancient Greece by Zeno of Citium, and later championed by figures like Seneca, Epictetus, and Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to focus on virtue, being a good person, and to use reason to navigate life's challenges. It's about accepting what we can't control and mastering what we can: our thoughts, actions, and reactions. In today's world, where relationships can feel like a roller coaster, Stoicism is more relevant than ever. Think about it. How often do we stress over what someone else says or does? Stoicism flips that script. It says, focus on what's in your power and let the rest go. That mindset is a game changer for building meaningful connections. But here's something to ponder. What if the key to better relationships isn't about changing others, but changing how you see them? We'll explore that idea next. Let's dive into the first 3 Stoic principles for better relationships. These are practical tools you can start using today. Principle 1. Understanding control. Stoicism's most famous idea is the dichotomy of control. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." In relationships, this is huge. You can't control what your partner says, how your friend reacts, or if your boss appreciates you. But you can control your actions, your words, and how you respond. Imagine this. Your friend cancels plans last minute. You feel annoyed, right? A Stoic would pause and ask, what can I control here? Instead of spiraling into frustration, you choose to respond with understanding. Maybe you say, "No worries, let's reschedule." That small shift builds trust and keeps the connection strong. Here's a quick exercise. Next time you're upset in a relationship, write down what you can control and what you can't. Focus only on the first list. It's liberating. But here's a question. What happens when you apply this to a heated argument? We'll get to that later. Principle 2. Empathy and perspective. The second principle is empathy, rooted in Stoic virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In relationships, this means stepping into someone else's shoes. Let's say your partner snaps at you after a bad day. Instead of snapping back, a Stoic pauses and thinks, "They're stressed, not attacking me." This perspective shift diffuses tension and fosters compassion. Try this. Next time someone upsets you, ask, what might they be going through? This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior. It means understanding it. Empathy builds bridges. But here's something to think about. How do you stay empathetic when someone keeps pushing your buttons? Hold that thought, we'll circle back. Principle 3, communication and listening. The third principle is communication, tied to Stoic self-awareness. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." How often do we assume what someone means instead of asking? Clear communication starts with listening, really listening. Next time you're in a conversation, try this. Don't plan your response while they're talking. Just listen. Then reflect back what you heard. Like, it sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed. This makes the other person feel seen and deepens your connection. Here's a pro tip. Practice Stoic journaling tonight. Write down one conversation you had today and how you could have listened better. It's eye-opening. But here's a twist. What if the conversation turns into a conflict? How do you stay calm and clear? That's where our next section comes in. Conflicts are inevitable in relationships, but Stoicism gives us tools to handle them like pros. Let's break down 3 ways to navigate conflict with Stoic wisdom. First one, accepting imperfection. Nobody's perfect. Not you, not me, not your best friend. Stoicism teaches us to accept imperfection as part of being human. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you are offended, it is better to think how much more you have done wrong yourself." When conflict arises, instead of blaming, accept that everyone messes up. This doesn't mean tolerating toxic behavior. It means not letting someone's flaws ruin your peace. For example, if your coworker snaps at you, recognize they're human, not a villain. Respond with kindness, not anger. This shifts the dynamic. Quick challenge. Think of someone who's annoyed you lately. Can you accept their imperfection? Try it, it's freeing. But what about staying present during conflict? That's next. Second way, focusing on the present. Stoicism is all about the present moment. Dwelling on past fights or worrying about future ones fuels conflict. Epictetus said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." In an argument, focus on what's happening now. If your sibling brings up a past grudge, gently steer the conversation back to the present. Say, "Let's focus on what we can solve today." This keeps things productive. Here's a trick. When you're in a heated moment, take a deep breath and notice one thing around you. A sound, a color, anything. It grounds you. But what about keeping your cool under pressure? That's where reason comes in. Third way, responding with reason and patience. The Stoic approach to conflict is all about reason over emotion. Seneca said, "Anger is temporary madness. When you're tempted to lash out, pause. Ask yourself, what's the rational response here? Let's say your friend accuses you of being selfish. Instead of getting defensive, try, can you share more about why you feel that way? This invites dialogue, not drama. Patience is key. Give yourself time to respond, not react. Practice this. Next time you're upset, count to 10 before speaking. It's simple but powerful. But here's a big question. What if the conflict involves deep hurt? How do you move forward? That's where forgiveness comes in, and it's our next topic. Forgiveness is tough, but Stoicism makes it easier. Let's explore 3 Stoic ideas for forgiving and moving forward. Forgiveness isn't about excusing bad behavior. It's about freeing yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Holding on to resentment is like carrying a heavy backpack. It weighs you down. Forgiving someone, even if they don't apologize, releases that burden. For example, if a friend betrayed your trust, forgiveness doesn't mean pretending it didn't happen. It means choosing not to let it control your peace. Try this. Write a letter to someone who hurt you, but don't send it. Just express your feelings, then let them go. It's cathartic. But how do you move forward after forgiving? Let's find out. Once you forgive, Stoicism encourages you to focus on what's next. Epictetus said, "You become what you give your attention to." Instead of dwelling on past hurts, invest in positive actions. If a relationship is worth saving, have an honest conversation. If it's not, let it go with grace. For example, after forgiving a friend, you might set new boundaries to protect yourself while keeping the connection. Here's a tip. After forgiving someone, do one kind act for them. It could be as simple as a text saying, "I appreciate you." It shifts the energy. But what keeps relationships strong long term? That's where gratitude comes in. Stoicism emphasizes gratitude as a way to find joy in what you have. Seneca wrote, "There is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with." In relationships, gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right. Every night, try listing 3 things you're grateful for about someone in your life. Maybe it's your partner's laugh or a coworker's support. This rewires your brain to see the good. Challenge. Tell someone in your life one thing you're grateful for about them. It'll strengthen your bond. But here's the big reveal. What's the surprising Stoic principle I hinted at earlier? It's coming up next. We've covered a lot, but here's where it all comes together, building a life of connection. And yes, it's time to reveal that surprising Stoic principle. The Stoic approach to love. The surprising principle is this: Stoic love isn't just about feelings, it's about virtue. Marcus Aurelius said, "Love only what falls within the sphere of your own choice." This means loving others by being your best self, kind, honest, and just. In relationships, this looks like showing up consistently, not just when emotions are high. For example, loving your partner means choosing to support them, even on tough days. This principle surprised me because it showed me that love is an action, not just a feeling. Try this. Pick one person and commit to one virtuous act for them this week, like helping with a task or listening without judgment. It deepens your connection. But how does this lead to fulfillment? Stoicism teaches that true fulfillment comes from within, but relationships amplify it. By practicing control, empathy, communication, forgiveness, and gratitude, you create connections that enrich your life without depending on them for your happiness. This balance is key. You're whole on your own, but stronger with others. For example, my friendships used to feel shallow until I applied these principles. Now they're deeper because I focus on being a better friend, not expecting others to fill a void. Here's a challenge. Reflect on that relationship you thought of earlier. How can you apply one of these principles to it this week? You'll be amazed at the results. By applying Stoic principles, you're not just building relationships, you're building a life of meaning. These tools, control, empathy, communication, forgiveness, gratitude, and virtuous love, create connections that last. They've changed my life, and I know they can change yours. So take that first step today. Pick one principle and try it. And let me know in the comments which principle resonated with you most. If you found this valuable, give this video a like, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Let's keep growing together. That's it for today's deep dive into Stoicism and relationships. If you're ready to live a wiser, more connected life, check out our playlist on Stoic practices linked below. Don't forget to comment with your favorite principle, hit that like button, and subscribe for more Stoic content. See you in the next video.